We get yet another Spider-Man movie, but Spider-Man Across the Spider-Verse was amazing across the board. Two good comic book movies in a row. That movie, The Marvels, is gonna get killed. And we talking spoilers, by the way. Spider-Man Across the Spider-Verse was the big movie last week, and they actually managed to do it again. I completely forgot that the first movie, Into the Spider-Verse, came out in December of 2018, which is crazy. Damn, time flies. Into the Spider-Verse really caught me off guard. Like I said, the movie came out in December 2018. I don't think I saw it until summer 2019, but I feel like it's safe to say we can all agree that movie was incredible. It was new, it was fun, the visuals were beautiful. 5 long years later, they come out with a sequel, Across the Spider-Verse, and they deliver once again. From beginning to end, this movie was amazing. This movie is pretty long and it definitely feels like it's 2-hour runtime, but just like I felt with John Wick 4 or Guardians of the Galaxy 3, it keeps your interest the entire time. Now this film isn't perfect, it does have some flaws, which we'll talk about later, but without question, this is one of the best movies of the year so far. Shamiek Moore and Hailee Steinfield gives great performances, returning to their roles as Miles Morales and Gwen Stacy. When Shamiek Moore isn't telling Rosa Parks that she should have taken an Uber, he's a pretty good actor and he's perfect for the character. His voice fits so well to me, and I hate the voice of Miles in a PlayStation game. So many talented actors in this movie: Oscar Isaac, who we'll talk about later, Daniel Kaluuya, Issa Rae, I forgot David Tyree Henry played the dad, and many more. While this is a Miles Morales movie, it's very much a Gwen Stacy film as well. I loved her portions of the movie, and her story brought a lot of heart and emotion to it. I hate that thing in comic books where the parent is a cop, the cop finds out the hero's identity, and then they still try to arrest them. So annoying. But her portion of the movie was great, and so was Miles. The character of Miles is addicting because he's so well written. Same for how we usually see Peter Parker. Batman is my favorite superhero, but I can't relate to him at all. It's something about Miles and Peter that makes you feel for them. It's kind of like you see yourself in them. Like, I remember when I was a teenager and I was young, running around thinking I'm in love, chasing a girl. You can feel the chemistry between Miles and Gwen, even though the actors in real life don't seem to have chemistry at all.
Be closer to Hailee.
I loved Miles' parents in this movie and their dynamic. I clearly wasn't a superhero when I was growing up, but seeing Miles' relationship with his parents just brought back so many memories to when I was a teenager. I loved that scene where Miles and his parents were fighting on the rooftop, and then they cut to the DJ and showed him raising the volume up so people couldn't hear. When Miles told his parents whatever, the black in me told me, this man is about to die. Some people had an issue with the art style in the first one. I loved it, and I think it's even better here. Being animated allowed them to do so many cool and unique things, and this is one of the best looking movies I've seen in a while. So many beautiful colors, the different variations of the Spider-Men and women, the shots they were able to get. When the Spider People were attacking Miles, they would not have been able to pull that off live action. It was a beautiful scene between Gwen and Miles as they were looking out into the city, and Gwen's hood and ponytail are upward because she's standing upside down. That would have looked goofy in real life. They even managed to incorporate live action, like they showed Tobey Maguire on the screen in the background, and they showed Donald Glover as the Prowler. I predicted they were going to show Gambino in this movie, but I don't like him as the Prowler. It was still cool to see. Shout out to the Lego Spider-Man and the Cowboy Spider-Man. I'm sure it's so many Easter eggs in the background that I missed. Also, shout out to Mayday. Welcome to the family. In the movie, we see 2 or maybe 1.5 villains, depending on how you view Miguel. I purposely skipped the trailer, so I didn't know about the Spot. I didn't know he was going to be the main villain, and I don't really know much about him in general. I loved his introduction, and when he and Miles were fighting in the grocery store and around the city, great scene. At the beginning of the movie, I figured the Spot was going to be one of those random villains that Spider-Man just beats up, kind of like the Vulture was. The Spot ended up being really cool, but it just sucks that he was gone for the last 40 or so minutes of the movie. Oscar Isaac, I love Oscar. He's an amazing actor. I want him in every single movie. Him and Pedro Pascal, put them in everything. I'm gonna need Christopher Nolan to do some reshoots and throw them in Oppenheimer. Between Miguel and Gwen, they both stole the show for me. His character design was so cool, and if you consider him a villain, I love that his character had at least a logical point behind what he was doing. Like, he wasn't bad just to be bad, even if you don't agree with the madness. I don't read comics, so I don't know how his story ends. I just hope he ends up being an actual bad guy. I doubt it. Like, when he ripped his mask off and almost ate the dude, it looked so cool, but they didn't do anything with it. So to wrap up all the good stuff, amazing art style, amazing characters, great music, and the story was fun while also tugging at the heartstrings. Now it's time for the bad stuff, which isn't that much. Like, for one of them, you might say that I'm nitpicking, but the other one is a big deal to me. For some parts of this movie, I couldn't hear shit. I thought it was just me and my theater, but apparently it's been an issue across multiple theaters. I didn't think too much of it until I got online and saw IGN posted a tweet and other people were saying the same thing. So at the beginning of the movie, we start with Gwen as she's giving a speech and playing the drums. I can't tell you a single word she said. It was so bad that I was about to get up and go talk to the manager, and I hate being that let me talk to your manager person, but I thought the speakers were broke. Spider-Punk was so cool and he was one of my favorite characters, but I couldn't tell you half of the words that he said. I feel like I missed some of the quick witty things that he said because it sounded like his mic wasn't plugged in. I could be wrong, but the fact that this is happening around the country to me says this is more of a film issue than a theater issue. It sounded like they were trying to go to war with Christopher Nolan because he had the same issue with the movie Tenet for some scenes, even though that was a great film. Now for my second problem, I've seen other people say this, but I agree. I had an issue with the ending. I know, I get it, relax. Y'all gonna be in the comment section like, but it's a cliffhanger. I didn't like it. Look, I feel like you could say that I'm nitpicking. It wasn't a huge deal. Like, it didn't ruin the movie for me. I just felt like it was a lot going on and it felt incomplete. I've seen people say Empire Strikes Back, but I didn't have a problem with that ending. Infinity War and Endgame were two parts, but Infinity War felt like a complete movie. The heroes lost, Thanos won, and we knew they were coming back, but it felt like a completed story. This story doesn't finish anything outside of Gwen and her dad. It shows you all of these different plot points and then it's like, sorry, gotta wait till next year. I knew they were doing 3 movies, but I forgot they were doing this one like part 1, part 2. As soon as they revealed that Miles went to the wrong universe, I checked my phone like, damn, they running out of time. And then I remembered. Once again, that did not ruin the movie for me, but I feel like they could have wrapped it in a better bow. It kind of felt like you were cleaning your room, but then you stopped because you'll finish tomorrow. It was cool seeing evil Miles, but I'm pretty sure they're going to end up fighting, and he's going to be a good guy by the end of the movie. As of this recording, it looks like the movie made $120 million in America and over $200 million around the globe. On Rotten Tomatoes, we have a rare moment where critics and fans actually agree. Critics have it at 95%, while fans have it at 96%. It's been years since I've seen the first movie, but I would have given that an 8 or a 9. I'm gonna give this one a 9 as well. Beautiful animation art style, great performance from the actors, well-written story and emotions, but the sound issue was a big deal for me, especially since it's happening around the country. Also, the story feels incomplete, but maybe it's just me. I hope they're able to stick the landing because this has the opportunity to be one of the best movie trilogies ever. Not just comic books. This is the 3rd movie I've given a 9 to, along with John Wick 4 and Guardians of the Galaxy 3. As of right now, I feel like I enjoyed Guardians of the Galaxy more, but I would probably put this above John Wick. I'm still waiting on that movie to give a 10 to, but Barbie's right around the corner.
You bring your rollerblades?
I literally go nowhere without them.
That's a joke. But thank you guys for watching. Like, subscribe if you're new here. I might torture myself and go see that new Transformers movie this weekend, but we'll see how that goes. Did you guys have any audio issues? Did you feel like the story was incomplete? Am I tripping? Let me know in the comment section below. Love you guys. Tell someone you love them. Till next time. See you in the next life.